Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Melissa, and today we're gonna do a Bucharest, how I would spend a weekend in Bucharest, or a Bucharest itinerary. As somebody who loves food, fashion, thrifts, and a little bit of tourism, I'm not gonna be being your whole full travel guide, but I do think that Bucharest is such a cool city. I was there for the last month and I found some fun things, some fun pockets away from the touristy things a little bit. I do think you should go do some of the touristy things. We have the National Banca de Romania. I think it's fun as a tourist. I know the locals there will tell you, don't go to do these things, but as a tourist, sometimes you got to delve into the touristy things. Anyways, I'm going to go through a list of things that I would do. I have a bunch of footage that I shot. I was having a good time doing my short form content there, but I did get some short form, long form content for you guys as well. And I thought I need to start doing this for all of the places that I've been living over the last few years. I know the spots. Yeah, anyways, hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, you might be new because I don't really do the travel content like this that much. But if you're not new here, welcome back. Hello everybody. It's a little mix of my life while I was there, with a little voiceover, with you'll see it. You'll see it. I love video creation. Okay, we're gonna get into it. But this is how I would spend a weekend in Bucharest. First of all, I would just like to say I think Bucharest is such an underrated city. I do think that if you're going to Europe, and specifically Eastern Europe, put the city on the list of places to hit. Although I will say, if you have the time to be in Romania, Brașov, stunning, such a beautiful city. But if you're just going to Romania for a quick, 48 hours or whatnot, I do think be in Bucharest. But I'm gonna give you guys my go-to spots, some places specifically focused more on the fashion, the eating, and the cafes, and the thrifting. The thrifting specifically, but some other touristy spots I do think, even location wise, I do kind of know the map and the sectors and stuff a little bit better now. So we're gonna go through all of that. In my opinion, Bucharest feels like a little bit of a city in between eras. I feel like you do get that good Eastern European vibe still, but it has really come a long way, even the last couple years I find since being there. It's very trendy. The cafes are really up and coming. It just feels more fashiony, even just walking around. I just really fell in love with the city, and I'm hoping that we're going there next year again. Okay, let's start with where I would stay in terms of location. So when I went for a quick weekend last year when we were staying in Brașov, and I stayed at Aya Stays, which I do recommend. I think that it was in a prime central location to get to all of these places that I'm about to mention. Where I stayed right now, my fiance is playing basketball over there, so we are right by the soccer stadium. I was really in Romania this year. I was away from the touristy parts, which was nice, but I found myself going over to the touristy parts every day. So I don't know what I would suggest in terms of staying over there. I would suggest in the area where Aya Stays was. I would suggest Aya Stays. Honestly, it was a great place. The host was great. I definitely do recommend that as an Airbnb to stay. Yeah, I'll pop up some of that footage here. But say you land, or you get there and you're like, okay, I'm hungry. Where are we going to go eat? This is kind of what happened to us when I spent my weekend there. We immediately went to Bread and Butter. It's okay. I would rate it a 7 out of 10. It was good for when I was unaware of the city, and I was let's try this spot. It's really in the touristy area. Now, looking back, and how I would go about it now, I think looking back, or now how I would go about it is I would go to Calais, Victoria. I think if you're there on a short period of time, I would not go do a lot of the really touristy things like the therm spa. I think if you're going for a relaxing trip, perfect. But the weekends, going to therm, it's insane there. It's expensive, and I just feel that's a full day gone. And I just feel if you really want to see Bucharest, if you really want to see Romania, if you're there for a couple weeks, then sure, go to the spa. But I think if you're there on a short period of time, don't go to the spa. Don't go to the Van Gogh Cafe. These are certain things that I saw a lot on TikTok of people telling you to go to. No, we're not doing all that. We're gonna have the real raw Romanian experience, in my personal opinion. But we're gonna go to Calais, Victoria. I love the people walking around there. Everyone's a little bit more hip and fashionable, and it's giving big city. There's some shopping around. There's some good eats. There's, you know, grab and go pizza that was really good. There's just good spots to grab food quickly. I feel like if you're there for the city, you want to see the city during the day, so you're gonna stop and get something really quick. Personally, if I'm going to go for a little maybe lunch or cafe, I'm gonna go to, think about this, I'm going to Boiler X Guido for lunch. Best iced coffee. Guys, I finally found an iced latte, no dome lid ever, and they don't have dome lids. If you saw my TikTok on this, I highly recommend. They also have food, good soup, good sandwich. They have brunch. This is where I would go to if I was gonna go get something to eat quickly. I love the area. The food's good. There's also, I've had pizza around there. I've had ice cream around there. Piatta 9 is another place that I would definitely go to just to pick up a little sweet treat. Oh my goodness, the best croissant, pistachio vanilla filled croissant that I've ever had in my whole entire life. This is how I would start my trip, with a little lunch, a little sweet treat, walking around that area. They also have a little bit of, like, you know, some things around that you can, like, well, some beautiful buildings, of course, but they have like some little history lessons as you're walking around the area. That is how I would start as soon as I get to Romania. After I have lunch, I'm definitely going to, and I see a little bit of the buildings, I'm definitely clicking and clocking into my phone where the closest Humana is. There's 3 Humanas in Bucharest, and I'm seeing whichever one's closest, and I'm going to go to the Humana. I believe there's one that's decently Humana's close. Like Value Village. It's like Goodwill. It's hit or miss. It's a little bit more overpriced, but it's tried and true, and it's reliable. I'm gonna go to Humana every single time. Of course, you guys know where we're headed.
So early 2000s. This is the brand that everybody says to look on Vinted, so I love finding it in Humana. Also, a couple like fun skirts. Look at this skirt. These dresses are the best for the summertime. I'm pretty sure this is a top, and I am obsessed. Oh my god. Finding some really good dresses. I love this dress. I think this was the front. I'm pretty sure. It's so cute. Of course, in the men's section though, some good like capri pants. The D&G skirt.
Oh really?
You know, it's Dolce & Gabbana.
Actually though?
Yeah.
It's short, but
Just looking in the tanks. Ooh, the little Cavalli tank. Okay, immediately yes. Looking at some jackets. I love this one, and I also really love the buttons on this one. This is honestly probably gonna look so good on, but it is missing a button here. Like, look how stunning the Stella McCartney top is. Ugh. Of course it does. But I think I thrifted something similar at home. Okay, this is cute though. Kind of like the dress that I was looking at earlier, but in a top version. This is a gorgeous jacket. I think I'm gonna skip on the jacket, and also this top is cute. I think I'm gonna skip, but I'm gonna get this one. I love this detail, and I love anything that's like mesh, of course. Okay, we're at the next Humana, so let's see what we can find. also kind of loving this like old mango dress. Okay, also shout out to this Humana for not playing any music right now. Finally. Look at this residual. I think it's residual. Look at this dress. I spy a little Miss 60 moment. T-A-T-T-I. Whenever I do see a dress like this is cute, I'm like, is it Shein? But it feels so good. Like, doesn't feel like Shein. They don't really sell very much Shein at Humana's, at least I've found. Cute little vintage dress. Oh, cute. Yeah, this is a good Humana. I've been loving this green color recently. This would be so cute for the summer. This is old mango too. I'm such a sucker for a bolero. This isn't XL though, but like, I think. My hands are getting full, but I am obsessed with this top. These are the tank tops. I'm like trying to bring a bunch of these home because like so light, so airy, so perfect. Literally also so stunning. I also see this top. I'm so mad, not mad, but it literally, we just booked our train ticket home and we just look up and it's starting to be sunny because it's been raining all morning. Suede. Oh my god. Immediate buy. Ooh, look at the suede skirt. The bottom. Ooh. Yes. Okay, also. Okay, no, I'm obsessed. Such a good, like, basic. So cute. So cute. Look at this Pepe jean. So cute. Oh my god. She is stunning. This pinky skirt with the pockets. They do this thing where they put two dresses on one hanger. This one is also gorgeous. Definitely a lot of really good cargo pants here too. This is a great store to put on your list. Look at these cargo pants. Oh, look at the shoes. Guys, look at these. They're size 7. They're so cute. So cute. Oh my god.
Rămâi cu Magic FM, urmează o știre cu multă greutate, așadar, la propriu, acum
Another super cute little tank top. I feel like by the pound, the stuff will be really cheap. So I think I'll end up getting it.
Anytime I'm in Eastern Europe, I do find such great pieces at Humana. Also, because of the currency, which is not a lot of things that people talk about, the dollar exchange is like so much cheaper, especially for Americans. I'm Canadian and it was still really, really good. But for Americans, you guys will be wining and dining for so cheap in Romania and shopping for so cheap. Listen, I am a sucker for a little good touristy moment. And although I was just telling you guys, do not go to the touristy parts, Carré is a restaurant that is like one of the like most famous restaurants in Bucharest. You get the whole shebang of Romania in one little dinner. All right, we're going to Carré to try what dessert? Papanache. This is the oldest restaurant in all of Romania. You can try all the Romanian food. Is it going to be the most price efficient, cost efficient? No, because this is like the touristy trap restaurant. But I personally loved it. You're going to go get papanache. I look like a drowned rat. No, this is crazy. This is crazy. A few days with my camera money. It's not crazy expensive either, but there might be a line. I'm not sure if you can make a reservation. That's something that you would want to look into, but I loved it. I think you get such a good Romanian experience, the dancing, everything in between. I think it's a must go to. It's one of those things where the Romanians will tell you don't go to, but I think you get an overall like fun experience going to this place as well. There are a couple other places that you could try Romanian food. I will pop them up on the screen around the same area. I think it's La Mahala is like a little bit cheaper, hole in the wall, more of a Romanian their go-to in terms of food. So if you want to get the Romanian food, like the food is a bit better there, I believe, but like it's more like it's a touristy trap spot, but I personally loved it. I think it's a vibe. I think it's fun. I think you're like, I'm in Romania, like this makes sense, if you want to go be a little bit more cool and try where the Romanians actually go to eat their food, go to this spot. It was highly recommended to me, so I'm gonna highly recommend it to you guys. While you're there, while you're getting drunk, I would 100% go to Umbrella Street. It's a street in Romania with all of these umbrellas.
We're gonna be so we can get, you know what?
It's gorgeous. It's one of another like touristy things that's recommended, but I think it's so fun. And honestly, we were so drunk and like spinning in the rain. It was fun. It was fun. I definitely highly recommend. The next day, say it's Saturday, we have the shoppies, but first we need to fuel up. I'm gonna recommend La Mita Bisca as one of the spots to go to. I think that this is a beautiful spot to get a little breakfast and coffee.
Yeah. We're at La Mita Bisca. She's like a feminist, like one of the first Romanian feminists.
The regular mangoes. Look at the sides.
It's a girls trip. Super, super gorgeous. The other one that I'm going to recommend is the Italian Vintage Prosecco Bar. I I absolutely also fell in love with this spot. And they have cinnamon rolls, which are so good. Yeah, I definitely recommend one of these two. I'm going toward more of a girly trip, but if you're with your man, whatever, bring him along. Let's go. We're going to these spots. They're just beautiful. Okay, we're going to continue with the vintage shopping. I'm going to put up a map. You're not going to hit everything in one day if we're going to be so real, but I'm going to put up a map of all the vintage and thrift stores that I went to, that I found in the city. There's a lot of vintage and thrifts that are not on Google Maps. It's a lot of, you have to just walk around and find a secondhand store. And I did find quite a few no-name secondhand stores. One of my favorite thrifts is a no-name store, and it was near where I was living, so it was really, really good. I don't know if I'm gonna expose that one because I might be going back, but Monda, Unicat are other big thrift chains. It's more like thrift by the pound chains that you could check out. I'm gonna throw up a list. Okay, this is hard because I feel like I have so many favorite spots that I would like go to. The next place that I would go to is probably Check the Space. Now, this is gonna be after maybe you hit a couple thrifts in the morning. Check the Space is really, really cool. It's actually more of a designer vintage store, and they have some really good pieces that you could find, and there's also lunch there. So if you're gonna go get a lunch, I would definitely go to Check the Space. Good morning, or I guess it's good afternoon. It's the afternoon, and we're gonna go to this spot called Check the Space. It's a vintage store, so we're gonna go check it out. I love being down here. I have been coming down here a lot lately. It's just gorgeous. So we're gonna go check out this spot. I don't know if this is the same one I went to last year or not. Check. Push. Ooh. These are so sick. These Miss 60s. You know what I need to do? I need to DIY something similar. You know what's crazy? I don't even like love Ed Hardy anymore, but the buttons on this vintage piece, insane. I am a sucker for this little color combo situation they have going on right now with the nails. Again, like, not the biggest fan of Ed Hardy, but like the red is speaking to me. Oh yes, I probably have millions of sweaters similar, but this looks like it's cashmere or mohair. I love these Lacoste shorts, the color, but like the little details, you know? God, stunning. It's Miss 60. Look at these Escada pants. If they were not skinny, although these with like a high boot would absolutely eat. Something's in the water with the Ed Hardy here. I don't know if it's the colors, but I'd be vibing with the Ed Hardy here. So pretty for like a holiday moment, but we don't need that. These are gorgeous. The Escada Sport Capris in this like giraffe print. Trying a couple things on. I wanted to try this on, a little bit questionable, but like I love the color. Okay, these are super cool, but they're way too big. But like I could take them in, but they're also missing a button. So I feel like I have to leave them behind, but they're so cool. Okay, here's the Escada. They fit me like perfectly. They're so gorgeous. And here is the jacket. Absolutely stunning color, but it's also Escada and also $300, so pass. they had some crazy good pieces, and I don't know how often they fill. I don't know. It's just the vibe in general. I didn't actually get anything here, but I was tempted. This was at the near end of my trip. I've actually gone twice. I went the first time last year and this time as well, and I just couldn't decide what I wanted to get, and my suitcase was getting a little full, but and nothing really fit me, and it's a little bit more of a pricey spot because it's not a thrift, it's a consignment, but I definitely would go. I feel like this is why you guys are here. So let's get all the other vintage stores out of the way. So first of all, on the weekend, there is a vintage market, and I forget the name of the vintage market because I never really got a name of the vintage market. I think somebody commented on my TikTok what it's actually called. It's every Saturday and Sunday, and there's some good vintage stuff.
No, I like when you... Like a belt ring.
I really like the watch rings. Have you
Yes.
seen those? I want one.
Yeah. That's sick.
And look at that.
I know. That is sick.
Yeah, this is my kind of aisle.
Look at the FUBU. They got the FUBU jeans on deck.
Do they?
Cute. Do I get a leather jacket? Do I do it? Guys, this yellow. It's not really coming up on camera, but it's like this gorgeous yellow. I love the denim, like the pockets.
It's just something to do. You can walk around. And then in the same area was Pink Bull, which is another vintage store. Listen, I think it's a really cool concept, and I think it's almost a really cool vintage store. It's just missing something. Like this time that I went, the first time I went, I did find a couple pieces. It's very expensive, like even converted, it's pretty expensive. And when I went this time, they had no stock. I was pretty disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. But I would still put it on your list because if you're into the vintage scene, like it's a really cool shop. I believe it's woman owned. Like it's really cool. And when I was there, I actually met a subscriber, and she who watched my videos over the years, and I think she worked there. So I definitely do recommend it. It's a cool vibe. You can go try on some really cool things. They do have some cool vintage. I was just so disappointed that I was a little bit far from where I was living, and I made the trip, and they were literally just bringing out their spring stuff. So there was nothing in the store. I'm not even kidding you. So I don't know. Might be better now. I just had really bad luck. In the same area as the Pink Bull is that...
Such cool pants. They have the coolest pants at this store. I've been finding so many sick ones here. Bag is sick. Honestly, that jacket is really, really nice. But is it too... Oh my god. Boots.
Same area as the Pink Bull is that vintage market, but there's also another cafe that I really like called Esht. Gorgeous cafe, very beautiful. Across the street is the perfect shoe store. First of all, with the dollar exchange, I do believe you get quite a bit of a discount on shoes. So I have bought the only like 3 pairs of shoes that I've gotten in the last year that are not thrifted have been in Romania. And this shoe store is really cool. It's called Tyke. I am currently in Old Town. It's so pretty down here. We're gonna take this route. I know my way around. Gorgina little route. I'm not a tourist, I'm just a vlogger. All right, we'll see if this shoe store is open that I wanted to go to. Looks like it's open. It is Easter here, like Orthodox Easter. Hi. I got a pair of shoes here last time, like my Adidas cow print ones. Ooh. Oh, so sick. Really want these Solomons in my size, and I have not been able to find them anywhere. I do actually love the pink and the white. I've just been really reaching for black shoes recently. And guys, wait, these are so sick. They're on sale. These have the coolest shoes here. Look at these Adidas. These fit. What do we think? Do I just go with the black? They're so cute with the bow. I do recommend going. They have some really cool shoes that we either have to order online, or you have to go to like be in a major city like New York or LA or somewhere to get these shoes. So I have been getting my shoes from this store for the last couple of years. I just got a pair of Solomons when I was there. I do definitely recommend, and they also have like good deals and sales sometimes. So yeah, I definitely say put this on your list. Okay, it's Saturday night now and you're looking for something to eat. Now, this is going to be a little bit controversial because the only places that I ate at were Asian restaurants and Mexican restaurants, Japanese restaurants, like literally did not, well, I guess Karu Kuber, but like I was like the tourist here because the other people, like my fiance and my fiance's teammate and their like his wife, they live there. So they're like, we do not want Romanian food. Should I even be saying that on here? Listen, it's just like they're craving something else when they want to go out. And I'm like, it's 3 against 1. I'm not voting against it. Also, the food is so good. Sagukura, so good. The bao buns at this spot, they have 2 locations. Highly recommend. Listen, if you try Romanian food once, twice while you're here, you can go try a good different restaurant. There's a lot of restaurants that are definitely more expensive. Now, I'm telling you restaurants that are like mid-price restaurants. Jeonju is the other one. It's not mid-price, it's expensive, to be honest. We didn't go to any like fancy restaurants. The Mexican restaurant, I forget the name of it, was also really good. I would recommend these 3. You know, you don't have to have Romanian food 3 days in a row that you're there. Post dinner, I would go get a drink at Negroni. I think this is such a fun bar and it's gorgeous. I think that you can get the best Instagram photos, as I did. They have some really good cocktails and drinks. It's like a really good bar. I would definitely recommend going to Negroni. Okay, it's the next morning. You wake up. What do we need? Coffee. I'm going to give you guys another couple recommendations. Bob X BVB. Such an aesthetically cool, very Pinterest girly. We're getting the photo, we're getting the shot. Coffee spots. Dome lid coffee, but if you wanted to go, it's also a spot that has a lot of space. If you're there for a while and you need to get work done somewhere, gorgeous outdoor area with like a bunch of seating. There is also indoor, but like such a cool spot for a photo. The next one, Origo. Okay, this was one that was really highly recommended because I guess this is like the Romania coffee, where Romania coffee, like it's like roasted. The Romania coffee, it's like the roasting bar. It was really cool. It was a really cool experience. I walked up, she's like, let me play the clip. We're gonna go to Origo. I have not been to this cafe, and apparently this is like
the Romanian cafe, like where the coffee is like roasted. I don't know, I'll figure it out, put it on the screen. But this is like the OG Romanian coffee. So we're gonna go try it.
To go for Guatemala, which is more mild.
Okay.
I wouldn't really try it with Kenya. Kenya is amazing, but with milk, with oat milk can be a bit more dry.
Okay. Let's try it then.
Let's try it with Guatemala.
The Guatemala. Yeah.
And the blueberry.
Low-key, coffee was so good. The people of Romania know, because that's what everybody was telling me on TikTok to go to, and I'm like, yeah.
Okay, we're doing more shopping today. I would go to Ober Market to get the full Romanian experience. This is real Romania. Not only is it real Romania, but the thrifting over here is really good. There's some random little thrift spots. There's a really good Humana, which also has Humana vintage. This is a little bit further out, and then there's a strip of like 4 thrift stores, vintage stores. This is where I found my favorite vintage store, which is Just Vintage, and it did go a little bit too viral on the internet. It's never going to be the same.
Okay, we found a vintage store that has a lot of designer. Look at these Escada pants.
Like, I know I'm gonna end up going there again, and I'm never gonna find one thing, but that is a great spot for really good, inexpensive designer stuff. They have some really good designer stuff. There's also a couple other spots that I actually bought. I think I forget the name of the one right beside it, but I'll put the name up of it as well. And then there's a couple thrift stores along the way as well.
Okay, next one. Okay, we're at the next Menos. No, it's called Monda. We're at the next Monda, which is by the pound. Super cute skirt. These are cute. I'd say that this store has the best shoes that I've found so far. Like, they have like a wide variety for sure. Okay, this is like vintage Zara. I love these shoes and I love this dress. I'm at another secondhand. They're all pretty much on the same strip.
It's like one big corner. Not only that, but this is where Ober Market is. It's a huge market, and they also, this is where you're gonna get your Romanian food, your authentic Romanian food. You're gonna go get mitzi. I probably butchered that. Michi. It's like not a hot dog. It's a sausage. It's like a sausage, but this is where you're gonna get your authentic Romanian experience. This is super fun. I love Ober Market. The thrifting's good there. You get the whole vibe. It's far from Old Town, so it's gonna take you a minute to get there. Somehow we like walked there. I like realized that when I was like looking, when I went this time for like a month instead of like just the weekend, the year before I just went for the weekend, I realized we walked so much. Okay, it's like the afternoonish time. Sunday, say it's a weekend. I'm not going to even tell you to go to the mall, but I'm going to tell you to go to the mall if you're there an extra day. So say you are there Friday and maybe you stick the mall in Friday if you're not a big thrifter. But I would not go to the mall on the weekend. The reason why I would not go to the mall on the weekend is because the people go to the mall. Like, the people here, we don't go to the mall anymore. Like, the mall is dead. The mall is fast fashion central. The mall in Romania, they actually have a bunch of them. They're all Afia. I would go to Afia. Afia? Afi? Afi. I think it's Afi. I think they're all called Afi. I think there's 2 or 3 called Afi. There's a couple stores that I would definitely recommend going into. The thing I love about the mall in Romania is they do have some fast fashion stuff, but they have a lot of independent designers, and I think that's really fun and different, and you can find some good things. Like, I actually bought things at the mall. For the first time, I bought something from Zara. For the first time, I bought a bunch of stuff, like, at the mall. I've not done this in years, okay? They have this really cool shoe store called Grix. And for the last 2 years, I'm like, I'm going to buy a pair of shoes. I actually saw more that I liked last year than this year. The thing that I would go is go to Kismu Gardens. again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys to do all of the touristy stuff, because I think seeing Romania, like, there is museums. You can go to the house of Couscous, who was the dictator, which is really cool. I really wish I did this. I was planning on going on the one weekend, and it was Easter. It was the last weekend. It was their Orthodox Easter, so it was actually closed for like 5 days straight, and I didn't get to go. So I'm hoping next year I get to go. But I think this would be really cool, is the house of the dictator, that, like, Romania used to be a dictatorship, like, until the 90s, I believe. Like, it wasn't even that long ago. So, like, you couldn't even go to the grocery store and, like, shop at the grocery store. Like, you had to wait in line for the food. Like, everything was government controlled by this guy. And so his house is there. It's like a gold bathroom, everything. I think that's really, really cool. There are some museums, like, I believe it's the Museum of Communism. Like, I think there is some things that you should do that are, like, touristy, to, like, learn about the history of Romania. I do think you should just walk around and see a lot of the buildings and see a lot of the beautiful buildings and architecture. Like, we don't have that stuff here. Point blank period. We really don't. North America, where is that? We have brick and mortar, okay? But I do think that it is well worth it to just walk around and not pay for a lot of things. Like, if you're trying to, like, do this trip cheap, you're obviously still already paying for a hotel and food and stuff like that. And if you want to shop, I wouldn't do the, like, therm. I think I've said this already, but don't do therm. Like, if you're there for a weekend, if you just want to go for like, you've been to Romania and you're there for a relaxing weekend, okay, do that. Go do therm. But, like, it's so expensive and busy on the weekends. If you're going during the week, maybe if you have a whole week, maybe that would be fun to do. But I think that you should delve into the Romanian culture, and that even means going to the cafes and doing the thrifting and the vintage shopping. I feel like that's more cultural than the therm spa, in my opinion. Okay, anyway, yeah, did I say the Sismiu Gardens? Go for a walk in this park. This park is beautiful. It's free. And there's food and, like, a little restaurant even in it. It's gorgeous. You can go, like, take the paddle boats out on the water. It's stunning. There is meaning to this park. Everything, and a lot of the greenery was lost except in this park. So there's, like, this big clock, and the meaning of it is, like, you go to this park and time kind of stands still a little bit. For everyone who started to get into the hustle culture there, and, like, when everyone started working and XYZ, this was, like, the park that you could go to. It was really beautiful. Like, people just sitting around. It was kind of giving Central Park, but maybe more safe. I don't know. I feel like everything's so safe in Romania. That's also something to mention. Like, as a woman, like, I was walking around all the time by myself, and it seriously felt like one of the safest countries. I mean, I feel like a lot of Eastern Europe is really safe, but I felt really, really safe, especially in a capital city. I walked head to toe in that whole entire city. I think that's how I would spend some time in Romania. Thrifting, going to all these fun cafes. And of course, if you have an Airbnb, you can also just go to the grocery stores and cook a meal yourself if you're trying to save money. Like, there's so many great grocery stores that are so cheap, and you could also save $1 or $2 doing that if you get an Airbnb. I'm trying to, like, make this, like, so it's not an expensive tour guide. Like, we're shopping, ladies and gentlemen. That's where our money's going. So yeah, this is how I would spend a weekend. If I had, like, 24 hours in Romania, this is how I would do it. These are my top spots of where I would go. And yeah, I hope this maybe convinces you to go to Romania at some point. Like, such a fun place to go. I think it deserves more not respect, like, it's not like it's more disrespecting it, but I feel like notice. Like, why are we not going to Romania? Also, pack an umbrella. I had no idea that it rains all of May in Romania, but it does. It rains a lot. Thank you for watching my Bucharest, Romania travel itinerary, what I would do if I had a weekend in Bucharest, Romania. I love you guys. I hope I get to go back next year, and I will catch you guys in the next video.